So I've been hard at work the last few days. I've been fitting yet more solar panels to the boat, and they turned out to be quite a tricky install. So as a special treat to myself, I decided as it's elderflower season, I would try making some elderflower wine again. I tried it last year and it was a great success. So in my little kitchen, it's very small, I'll just get the elderflowers. Somebody said if you leave it overnight in a sealed bag, the flowers can shake off. Can't really show you without them going everywhere. You see them falling off? I'll do it like that. It'll be a bit violent. Quite a bit violent. But yeah, most of them fall off. Now that's great because I made some last year and I used a fork and they didn't really come off, and I was picking them off by hand. I mean, there's a few left on there. So yeah, this is going to speed it up amazingly. So in the saucepan I've got half a litre of water and 250 grams of sugar. I've just been leaving that to soak while I've been getting things ready. In my tiny little scales there's 100 milligrams of sultanas. Show you those. These are the ones I got last year. They don't look very appetising, but I'm sure they'll be fine, and the alcohol's going to sort them out. If the ferment doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but I'm not using the sterile method anyway. Most recipes say use a lemon, and I decided I like lime. Better use a juice of one lemon. Well, actually, the quantity I'm using, use one lemon, but I'm using one lime, and also especially use a zest. So I've got to work out some way. I don't think I have a scraper. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'm basically going to heat those while I dissolve the sugar with the sugar and the juice and the rind scrapings. Also, you need tannin. So reaching up, getting my tea bag. I'm going to pop a tea bag in there as well, and it says make a strong cup of tea, but if I do it all together it's good enough. That's what I did last time. And I'm only making a small amount because the whole idea of this is I'm not buying anything really apart from the sugar and the lime. I used one of those last year. It looks like a demijohn, doesn't it? It's smaller though. Demijohns hold about 8 pints, which is 4.5 litres in metric. These apparently hold 2 litres, so it's not quite half of a demijohn. And I just did one batch, but I decided to buy some more the other day when I was thinking about doing this. Wonder why. But this is last year's. The reason I've got 2 from last year is because I started off with this one and made the elderflower, and when it was time to pour them off and decant it to get rid of the flowers and all the sultanas and things that need to come out of the wine, I need another jar to go into, so I bought another one and drank it. It was summer, it was quite nice. So I transferred the elderflower into there, and then this one I had spare, so I swapped them over, and this one I started elderberry, which is why it's got a bit of a dark tide mark on it still. So yeah, so basically I'm going to do 2 lots of elderflower. I'll only show you one, but I'm going to make 2 lots of elderflower now, and maybe 1 lot of elderberry later, because the elderflower was way better, I think, anyway. Now I'm not going to use the hob. Just going to put the razors in. All left. Yeah. Tea bag. So I do have this. This might is that way around? If this will scrape it. Ooh, seems to be working. That's not so bad. Doesn't have to be perfect. So while the sugar and everything was brewing and dissolving, I shook out the rest of the flowers. I collected about 25 little florets. Now I've zeroed this scale because I need to divide this in two from my two batches. I zeroed it about 440, so yeah, it's now reading just about 570. So 125 grams. So if I put 125 grams in each bottle, that should be half each. Actually that's 130 grams and half of that would be 65. Got to get them in. Need to make a little funnel. I do have a funnel, but I don't think the flowers will get through its narrow spout. It's far too narrow. I'll make something. So I think I've got an idea. So I need 125. Let's see if this will work without making too much of a mess. It's about 60. Right, is this going to work? So I'll have to do this at least twice. We get flowers everywhere, absolutely everywhere. I don't care. Right, will this work? Will it ever? Oops, no, maybe not. Well, I did spill a few flowers, but not too bad. I mean, basically how much it fills it. Quite a few. If you think about it, you're kind of making a tea that you convert into a wine. So you think about how big a tea bag is in a cup of tea, or any kind of flavouring you add. Gives you some idea of how much flavour that'll add. That's quite good. Certainly worked well last time. So having all cooled down now, I added the mixture that I'd been cooking up, and I'd already added 1 litre of cold water, which makes up to 1.5 litres for the initial brewing stage. Now the real hard bit is getting the raisins in. So don't use these jars unless you really want to. I'm not using wine yeast. I'm going to use the natural yeast that's on the flowers and any ingredients I've added. And it worked really well last year and made quite a strong wine, so I'm quite happy with it. Just getting the second brew going, second batch of the sugar, peel and everything, sultanas. And I like experimenting. Star anise, I'm going to put 2. I'll fish them out before I put them in the jar. We can put 2 of those in. So like I'll fish out the tea bag as well. The tea bag comes out at the end before I put it in the jar. Got to mention that. Yeah. Who knows? Will it make it better? Interesting. So batch is ready. The little star's got the star anise in it, and I like to put a little dust cap on the top to try and keep out anything that might get through the cotton wool. It's just cotton swabs that have been wrapped round and attached with masking tape. So they're set to ferment now for a couple of weeks at least before you take them and strain them. And then the next stage will be adding the remaining water and sugar, which is half a litre, another 200 milligrams of sugar. But I'm about to give you the instructions and also how to do what to do at each stage. And I hope you find the time to actually go out and pick some and have a go at making this, because it's a lovely drink when you've done it. It certainly worked well last year, and it wasn't even a good year. To give a like or subscribe if you've enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing any comments. Thanks. Bye.